Connecticut. But as I was saying, the problem for Trump, and I was one of the few people who was in the media saying that I thought Trump had a real good shot at winning. I didn't know it was in the bag, but I thought that he was more likely to win than lose, even though everybody thought he was a long shot. And the reason that I thought that Trump could win is because Trump was telling the truth about how bad the economy was. He wasn't regurgitating the lies that the Obama administration had been telling, or that Wall Street had been telling, about how we had a real recovery. I knew that we had a bubble inflated by the Federal Reserve, and that beneath that bubble, where you could see the stock market at record highs and these phony unemployment numbers, I knew laid a weak economy. And Trump knew that too. And Trump spoke to the forgotten men and women of this bubble economy. And his message really resonated about how we were, a shadow of our former self, that our industrial might had decayed. We had all these big trade deficits, that the stock market was a bubble. All the numbers were fake. The real unemployment rate wasn't 5%, but 20%, 30%, 40%. And that he was a non-politician. He was going to clean house. He was going to drain the swamp. He was going to put politics aside and bring a businessman's perspective to Washington, drain that swamp, eliminate the national debt, right? Make America great again. And that message resonated with a lot of people. And a lot of those people were maybe afraid to be honest with the pollsters because they didn't want to admit that they were going to vote for this racist, misogynist, or whoever the media was portraying him. So I thought he could win. And he did. But here's the problem. Now that he's been in office for 3 years, he didn't drain the swamp. He made the swamp deeper, right? He didn't get rid of the deficit. I mean, the deficit is bigger than ever, even before COVID. All he did was, nurture the bubble that he inherited from Obama and help make it get bigger. He became a cheerleader for the stock market. He didn't care it was a bubble. All of a sudden, all the government numbers that were fake under Obama were all of a sudden real, like they just came down from God on a tablet on Mount Sinai. And he began talking about this low unemployment and this booming economy, the greatest economy in the history of the world, the greatest economy ever. And none of that was true. And so you have the same people who voted for Trump thinking that he would shake things up, thinking that he would throw a monkey wrench in the system and make their lives better. And their lives aren't better. They're worse. People have more debt. The bubble got bigger. The trade deficits that Donald Trump criticized are bigger now than they were before he was elected. And obviously the deficits are much bigger, even before COVID. So I just don't see how Trump convinces those swing voters, those blue-collar Reagan Democrats in the Rust Belt who decided they had nothing to lose, and so to take a chance on Trump. Why should they vote for him again? I mean, now they may take a chance on Biden, even though, Biden doesn't represent any change from the status quo. He's just more of the same. But once you're the insider, and Trump's now the insider, he doesn't have that edge for re-election.
What do you think went wrong, and why do you think